Well, Eric, the National Weather Service says the Stillaguamish set a record today for flood stage here in Arlington. We know the water covered roads, it damaged homes, and people here in Snohomish County are waiting for the water to recede. Alejandro and his family knew they lived close to the river.
It is, oh, wow, this is a river, this coming.
But they didn't expect this.
Oh, today this is more.
Their home, one of around a dozen with flood damage after the Stillaguamish River flooded over its banks.
Their house may be damaged. The only thing you can do is get your car and get out.
People along the river told us they've been watching the flood forecast for days.
This has been a major flood, and everybody around here has been scared to death.
It didn't take long for the water to come over several roadways. This is right outside of Arlington. The people who live near here tell us they have not seen it this high in years. Road closures popped up around Arlington today, but some drivers went around them. This driver got stuck in the water and her car shut off, so firefighters had to go get her out.
She was in about a foot of water, so it was coming into her vehicle. It stalled her vehicle out, and she's unable to keep warm.
This is only the second time I've ever seen the river this high.
People who live near the Stillaguamish River are used to getting flood warnings. With record-setting flood levels here today in Arlington, this was one nobody here will forget.
You know, get all your ducklings back across the river with you and get everybody safe and sound and be prepared to hunker down for a couple of days.
Now, the sign says road closed, but a lot of drivers are taking that as a suggestion. We've seen probably 100 people drive past this sign and go down through the floodwaters. That woman who was rescued in her car today, she's okay, but she is going to have a little bit of hurt because the sheriff says she is going to receive a $432 fine for ignoring that sign. Reporting live in Arlington, Jeremy Harris, KOMO News.
Jeremy, thank you. And take a look at this. During a brief break in the rain this afternoon, one of our KOMO crews put up a drone to get a bird's eye view of the flooding taking place in Arlington. You can see floodwaters covering part of a road and completely covering a park that's right across the street from the river.
Molly, the river is just in this direction from me, but it has pushed across, and now it's got this section of road behind me fully submerged. That's why they've got these barriers set up, because when it rains like this and there's that much water on top of the asphalt, it is dangerous to be driving. The road closure signs say it all, but not everyone is willing to take the detours to stay safe.
It's risky. Last year, I actually discovered a car in the river.
This latest storm has left multiple roads throughout Snoqualmie Valley too precarious for travelers.
I live up on a hillside, and I don't have to go over any areas that are flooded. There's certain areas that'll be hard.
For Jeremy Houston, this boat was the safest way out from the farm where he works.
The road flooded out earlier than expected. A friend of mine gave me a boat and told me if I oared this way that I'd make it to dry land.
Houston says he had to get out quickly because there are places at the farm outside of Carnation that are already 3 to 4 feet underwater.
Like today I was harvesting vegetables out of the ground so I didn't lose them. And that's why I was cutting it so close.
The Snoqualmie River is at stage 3 flood alert, and Christina Lathrop and her son Fox came down to take a look at the swollen waterway.
Well, so I actually am a photographer, and I've been doing photo shoots on that bank. And last weekend I came out to do one, and it was gone. And now it's really gone. Like I shot underneath those trees, and they're underwater. So that was 3 days ago.
But even with the dangers posed by water across the roadways and the extra time it takes to drive the detours, people say it's just a fact of life living in Snoqualmie Valley this time of year, and some of them try to make the best of it.
Is it a good day for jumping in muddy puddles? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we checked in with Eastside Fire and Rescue, and I'm glad to report that there are no water-related rescues in this area so far. People playing it safe, not taking any unnecessary chances. Reporting live, Joel Marino, KOMO News.
Mary, so far no major flooding impacts, but this community does tell us they are used to flooding every single year. And even as a precaution, many people have already packed up, left their homes, and come here to Hamilton Baptist Church. They're getting help from the Red Cross. It's a gathering place in Hamilton where people from areas prone to flooding are getting help from the Red Cross.
They can come in here, they can stay the night. Then after this kind of the flooding goes away, then we will start doing casework and help these individuals recover.
Across the street from the church, in anticipation of flooding, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is helping to raise the levee by more than 2 feet for extra protection.
The water wants to come up and go into town, and we're just trying to keep it going the other way.
Elsewhere in Hamilton, the main stretch of shops has become somewhat of a ghost town as people pack up and leave. A few businesses have gone dark, leaving sandbags at their doorsteps. The post office left a note for customers that they will be open only for an hour in the morning over the coming days.
The most immediate need is to ensure that we are communicating with the public on where our areas of concern are and ensure that they know that flooding is coming and that this is a serious flood event.
Skagit County officials and the Red Cross say they learned lessons from the flooding 2 years ago that upended lives and destroyed people's homes. They say they now prepare sooner and have better communication with neighbors about available resources.
If people don't have somewhere to go, they might try to stick it out in their home, and then we might have to do rescues via helicopter or by boat. We had injuries to police officers during 2021 during some rescues and to the public, so we really don't want to repeat that.
And the Red Cross says they do anticipate staying here at the church for however long they're needed over the coming days. Officials do anticipate the river to crest near Mount Vernon by 4 p.m. tomorrow. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. But for now, live in Skagit County, Jackie Kent, KOMO News.